Good match day morning, West Ham fans. Now, could David Moyes come back to haunt us again? A very good Monday to you, one and all. Wasn't it warm yesterday? Woo, 18 degrees in the UK. What is going on? It was minus something on Monday. Anyway, global warming, eh? Anyway, I hope you are all safe and well. Obviously, in the UK, there have been some floods and Storm Bert, I believe it's called. So hopefully you are all safe and well for those of us in the UK, and obviously everyone else worldwide. Hope you're well. I want to talk about Steve Cooper. Now, not Steve Cooper as the potential next head coach of West Ham. I think that's ship has sailed. Obviously, we were linked to him, wasn't he, before Julian Lopetegui got the head coach position. But obviously, he got the old tin can yesterday, didn't he? Is that the second manager? Yeah, Ten Hag, and then Steve Cooper. Leicester a couple of points behind us, a couple of places behind us, and they thought it was wise to change the manager. Now, there's two sides. There's two sides to this. One is the likely person to come in, because don't forget what the Leicester City's next home game is against West Ham. Obviously, we play Newcastle tonight, and obviously there's speculation around his Lopetegui's tenure at West Ham, and potentially a poor result tonight could result in him getting the old tin can as well. But like it is, maybe it'll be after the Arsenal game if we lose both games heavily, which could mean the Leicester City game. So it could be a game where two new managers are playing each other. But in terms of the because of Leicester sort of jumping the gun, so to speak, in terms of getting rid of Steve Cooper, the types of names they've been linked with are names that we've been linked with as well, the likes of Graham Potter and Ruud van Nistelrooy and people like that. And so, would it force our hand to make, if we've got someone as a preferred replacement for Julian Lopetegui, would it force West Ham's hand earlier than maybe they want to, in fear of maybe missing out? That's one side. The second side is it's more likely to be David Moyes is coming in as Leicester City manager. And if that's the case, his first game in charge at Leicester City will be against West Ham. So is he coming back to haunt us? It's a bizarre situation. It's always, when it comes to West Ham, a new manager or some sort of record that, they haven't scored in X amount of games, or this player hasn't scored in X amount of games. And we jokingly say enter West Ham, but it could be a case of entering West Ham here with David Moyes' first home game could be for Leicester City against West Ham. It's just strange how these things happen. Now, what will be interesting to see is what happens. I think it was Leicester Fan TV, a channel we've had on many a time. They say it's likely to be Moyes and likely to be agreed either today or tomorrow. But if not, obviously people like Graham Potter have been heavily linked, and obviously Graham Potter's been linked with a move to West Ham. With Van Nistelrooy's been linked, potentially a bit further down the pecking order in terms of the betting odds for West Ham, but still, could that could actions and events at the King Power have an effect on West Ham's decision to keep Lopetegui or get rid of him before they lose out on one of their major targets in terms of whoever's going to come in as the next head coach? Because there will be another head coach at West Ham after Julian Lopetegui. It just depends when that will be. I don't know, but I thought it was fascinating, and again, it shows, Leicester. And they're not great. They're not a great side, but you look at them and us in terms of where they are in the league and when we're in the league. Does it highlight the fact of how disappointing the start to our season's been? In the fact that so much so that Leicester, they're literally, what are they, 2 points below us. Yes, we've got a game in hand. They've got 2 wins, 4 draws, 6 losses. We've got 3 wins, 3 draws, 5 losses. It's not, they got -8, we got -6. It's not, they've scored more goals than us. They've conceded more goals than us. So it's not, totally a different sort of set of results and a set of performances. Really, it's very similar to West Ham, and also it's very similar to West Ham. Is a win would put us. No, it wouldn't. We won't move. A win to that tonight, we won't move, which is the first time that the points and the starting to drift off a little bit. You'd usually win in the first few games and you're up to fourth, but a win today basically keeps us at 14th due to goal difference. Unless we beat Newcastle by 6 clear goals, which I don't think is going to happen. But what's quite interesting is, following on from that, is the team directly above us, Bournemouth. Now, according to reports, Iralo is someone that we're looking at as well. According, I think it was Team Talk and a few others. It must be true, but apparently he's being sort of headhunted by many of the top clubs and West Ham. That's what the article says. So it's going to be definitely some jiggery pokery coming along. And similarly, Everton. There was reports that David Moyes was being sort of what's the word? Not headhunted, but sort of lined up for where if the American ownership happens and the takeover, they wanted David Moyes to come in as being sort of the torchbearer, going from the end of the Goodison Park into Stanley Park. There's a lot going behind the scenes, isn't it? Crystal Palace as well. What's happening with Oliver Glasner. There's so much from that 13th downwards. There's so many sides there. I mean, Gary O'Neill and Wolves. Managed to turn over Fulham. Didn't see that one coming at all. But it's really, really interesting. I think this Leicester City one. Have they shot first, so to speak? In terms of trying to get that bounce in, and obviously that bounce, the first home game, the new head coach, new manager, whoever they get, whatever they're going to call them, will be against West Ham. It's not going to take them 2 weeks to get someone in. It's going to be against West Ham. And obviously a little bit longer. So we play on a Tuesday as well, don't we? So they've got actually more time for that game. I think they play away to, is it Brentford? Yeah, they play away to Brentford and they play us on the Tuesday the 3rd at 8:15 kickoff. So it's always West Ham, innit? It's always West Ham. Anyway, this week, big week. Obviously, we've got Newcastle. Lunchtime today, we're going to try and do a starting 11 show live, where I'm going to put stuff out in the poll, and we'll get the West Ham network community. We'll pick the side, not literally pick the side, but predict the side. So we're going to try and do that. Try and do it on with like live polls and things like that, so we can try and put something together, because it's an opportunity to do it. Because usually we're playing midweek in the weekends rather. Being a Monday game, obviously we bring you a lot of content on a Monday usually. So things like the Academy show and stuff will probably move to the Tuesday this week, and same as like the members podcast will probably be later on this week as well. And then hopefully this week we have got a very special My Hammers 11 coming up this week. Very special. You do not want to miss this. We'll just say that. You do not want to miss this. A player who will... no, I'm not going to say any more, just in case, because I don't want to jinx it. But we should be recording it tomorrow night, so then we'll give it a couple of days to edit it. So probably Wednesday, probably like Thursday, that will come up. But hopefully, a win tonight will get us in a good mood for the week. And a good Miami's 11 will get us all ready for Saturday against Arsenal. Simple, isn't it? Anyway, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. Keep the faith, my friends, and I'll see you guys a bit later on. Much love. Bye-bye.